Okay, this is just a recording for our garden next year to see how we want to lay it out. These are what's left of the pumpkins. We planted corn around it, but the corn really didn't grow. We've got a few stalks. We already took them down because it's late in October now. But these pumpkins grew everywhere. The watermelon didn't do so well. We've got some intertwined here. Really, I could just pull them out because really now they're probably just taking up nutrients from the pumpkins. The only watermelon I ever seen was this one grow this year. And this one's in the fence. No good. So, thinking we might have to move the watermelon next year. I'll just take all the watermelon vines right out because nothing grew off of them. They're just kind of intertwined with the pumpkins here. These pumpkins did great. Heard something go thump. Oh, it's a little watermelon. Look at that. Not ripe by far. It's got some marks on them, but that's the only one we got. He's probably good pumpkin size, but not watermelon size. Next year we'll definitely have to plan a little bit better. It's way too late in the season to be having watermelon anyway. Oh, this one grew all the way over there. Pumpkins did really well down here. This is our flower bed that we planted a lot of perennials in, a few annuals. And see, this hose has to be moved next year. It starts under there and it goes around up through this, down through what was supposed to be cucumbers, but nothing grew but sunflowers grew. That's what I started with, and I forgot the cucumbers because the sunflowers never grew long and tall enough to put cucumbers, but they grew over the fence with the pumpkins, which was probably a problem for them as well. This was the cucumber patch, which will have to be moved. Anyway, the hose goes down around, it goes up through there, and then I had it doesn't go over there because there's no tomatoes, but I had it growing over here, and it winds from the last one down through, it makes a big curve through the last L-shaped patch there. I'm trying to figure out if I need any of this still. I'm going to have to get the cutters and, well, I do see a flower through here. Oh, and there is more pumpkins over here. So I guess we'll leave that for now. Our strawberries, oh my gosh, these strawberries are going to have to be expanded and moved. Maybe some even given away because they're everywhere. There's another little pumpkin growing. He's almost ready to be picked. So I'm just going to leave that vine alone. This is our L-shaped bed that I did. And it was supposed to be, let me see if I can get up here without falling. Oh, over the fence. It was supposed to be peppers, tomatoes. Look, there's more cucumbers. This was basil, which I still can pick. These are the green peppers. Or no, these were supposed to be hot peppers. We got one off of that. The green peppers are there. We got one about this big off of there. And again, there's the pumpkin vines crawling into the bed. We got a few carrots here that were like this big. The kids liked them, but not really effective enough. And the strawberries are going over into that part. Tomatoes, definitely not doing the big tomatoes anymore. We've done them twice in a year. Never got anything but big ones that crack and break. And this little bugger, I did not plant. It so did not plant this guy this year, but he is growing. everywhere, and it looks like pickling cucumbers, to be honest, which I planted last year. So that vine can be taken up. But he was everywhere. We got like 3 or 4 of these. It looks like he's done for the season. Cherry tomatoes did really well. They're mixed in with the basil now. This bed did okay, except for next year we're going to have to move it over because the rain line actually went into the bed, so it kind of took up some of the plants I planted. Like there's a tomato here. Some of the onions I had right along the edge, and it just didn't work out. These were flowers. Quite honestly, because I ran out of room to grow anything else, and I really wanted some flowers. Next year we might like do them around the border. Or maybe I'll think of doing a different pathway. Instead of fencing, we could just put them around the edge. Oh look, the bee's still enjoying them. He's buzzing around the little flowers. I'm glad that the bees like them. And these are the kids' gardens. They kind of do their own thing here. As you can tell, there's lots of weeds growing right now. But they get their own little garden space to grow whatever. And then they have a hand in planting the bigger garden. That's our door. Onions. Onions are growing in Jordan's. These are raspberries. And we're going to have to train them next year. I just planted them this year, so I wasn't sure if anything was going to grow or not. But I found something where you could tie them up in like a T-shape, put a T-shape on each end, and basically run a string on each side. That way it will help hold them up and they'll grow over, which I think will be good next year because right now they're kind of going everywhere. This is naturally how it looks at the end of the year though. And I didn't use all my buckets. I have 1, 2, 3. I tried something in there, 4, 5 buckets. And I'd like to put them on the ends next year. 1, 2, 3. Well, we can't put nothing there if we put pumpkins there again. But that is our garden how it stands right now. So hopefully this video will help us next year planning. Oh, yeah, and my marigolds are supposed to be planted within the strawberries. This is the only one that grew. This is one plant this year. And our sunflowers did good, but we're going to have to relocate them next year.